Hi, I'm Paul.
And I'm Dan.
And this is episode 16 of the No Spoilers podcast, our first non-visual. You actually can't see us this week. We're trying to branch off and move towards audio-only format. We feel like it'll be a little bit easier to spread and a little bit easier to manage. Also, we've got some stuff in the works with networking people.
Yes.
Don't want to say too much in case
Yes.
it doesn't pull through. But yeah, so we're sort of branching out into the audio spectrum
Realm.
of podcasts. Not to say that we won't ever do a video podcast ever again.
Yeah,
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
I just think it's
For now, it's probably
going to be just
feasible.
audio. Yeah. So what's up then?
Sky. No.
We need a little
got a
noise pad like on the
Can't
radio.
laugh
The Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, I'm getting over
Like, respect.
No, been playing some games, watching some Netflix.
The usual then.
Yeah, of course. Not much changes. Oh, actually, I think it's been a while.
It has been a while.
Probably got like a lot to talk about.
Because I think the last
anyway.
podcast we recorded was for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Wow.
And it never actually got released.
Wow.
So
no.
that's two podcasts that never actually made it out. So when we release the Lost Worlds DLC, we'll have that as an exclusive podcast that was from months ago.
Yeah.
So we're back in the studio now to talk about some
Where
nerd
to start?
stuff. I know there's been so much.
Right.
We actually were gonna do one last week or a week
Right,
before
yeah.
about Spiderman stuff, but we
Yeah.
never ended up going to see it. I already saw Spiderman. We were going to go and see Baby Driver as well.
Yeah, my friends from work went as well, but I had to work,
Yeah.
so I couldn't go. And they said it was awesome.
Yeah, life gets in the way. It's not good.
Yes.
But Spiderman, quick little review of it.
Mhm.
It was good. It was really good. I thought it was better than the Andrew Garfield ones.
Yeah.
Better than the Amazing Spider-Man.
Mhm.
It just felt more innocent than
Mhm.
any Spider-Man film I'd seen before.
Tom Holland seems to be a perfect choice for Peter Parker.
Mhm.
I've only seen him in Civil War, but he smashed it. I thought.
Yeah, no.
And even the look of them, of everything that they've kind of gone with this time, they haven't gone too much in the trying to be. Ooh, I don't. There's got to be a word for it. Like the only thing I normally go with like Michael Bayified.
Mhm.
Like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
when he did Transformers, when he did the Ninja Turtles, and like, except it's not really. It's not overboard in that in Michael Bay's kind of way.
No,
it's
not,
just
not clad down with
yeah,
effects.
yeah. But it's still kind of in that sort of keeping him fresh and dark and whatnot, like for the times.
I agree
And
with
this
that.
time don't have to be, and that's the way I like it.
Mhm.
OG, and it just looks awesome.
Windows Defender.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. The thing that stood out the most to me was he was a lot more charming.
Mm-hmm.
He was sort of like he had the same sort of charm and like cockiness as Deadpool, but not in a
more innocent.
dick way, in a nice way.
Not as crude.
Like when he shows up at the bank and then like the guys are robbing the bank and the Avengers masks from the trailer, and he's just like, "You guys aren't the Avengers," just like, and that's what Spider-Man should be, sort of like quick wit.
Yeah.
I know he nailed it. Tobey Maguire did have a little bit of wit, but again, he was such a
weedy kind of
introverted character where he was going through all these emotions and problems in his life, where the wit sort of got outburdened by the depressing
it was just
nature of him.
Yeah,
I thought so.
He was a wallower.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Wind in the wallowers.
I know it's sad, like, but I mean, yeah.
No, it was refreshing. It was a refreshing superhero movie. That obviously it was Sony.
Yeah.
The color correction was really vibrant, really nice. Looked lovely. Shot beautifully. There's a few shots in it that were a bit over the top,
Right.
In terms of effects, but it's to be expected in this day and age. Because obviously not everyone going to see the film. There isn't 12-year-old kids sitting there thinking,
Oh, another drone shot.
Them effects. Why did they do another pinch zoom? Like, but you know, obviously being into it as much as we are, you do pick up on those things. So overall, yeah. To be honest, I might actually, because the only reason I picked the other Spider-Man films high on my list is the nostalgia reason.
Yeah,
but
the Amazing Spider-Man movie is not so much for me. I enjoyed them, but like the original, like the Tobey Maguire trilogy, like that was I was a kid, and that was kind of my first sort of interest in Spider-Man, really, because I wanted to see the movie. I always excuse me, I always remember it was a 12. This is before, I think it was a 12 before 12A came out.
Oh really?
Yeah, and people were complaining because like they couldn't take the kids to see it who were younger than 12. And I can't remember if that, I have a feeling like that movie, I might be wrong, was like the main reason we got 12A in the UK.
Oh. That's quite interesting.
I'm pretty certain, because I remember distinctly, because I'll tell you a quick little story. I went to see it with my dad. My dad snuck me in. Like, we paid to see like Cats and Dogs or something. I don't know if that was probably not even out. Something that I could go see, and then
also a Tobey Maguire film, by the way.
We just went into and then just like seen what screen like Spider-Man was on and just walked in like.
Yeah, there was a cinema near our house where you could do that pretty easily. Yeah. They didn't care. And, it was just like young adults working there. They were just
I always remember, because I remember coming out and running into one of my friends from school and his mum. They were like, "Oh, hiya, what did you go see?" And then like, "Oh, Spider-Man." Like, how did you get into Spider-Man? Thingy, it's a 12 and that. And my dad was just like, I just snuck him in, didn't I?
Whereas these days, kids can walk into like any game shop and buy like a 15 without any ID. It's crazy. But yeah, enough about Spider-Man. Let's go into some games, because there's been so many games come out and we've got since. The Crash N.Sane Trilogy came out.
It did.
30th of June, that was. So what, 2 weeks ago? 2.5 weeks ago? How far into the Crash N.Sane Trilogy are you?
Well, I've got some stuff to talk about.
Okay.
I beat the first game, started the second one, I was just like, I'm bent out on it already. And then I got bored, went back to the first one. It's like, I'll just go towards getting the plat and whatnot. Did a couple more things. Got quite a few of the gems. Got like half the coloured gems. Yeah. And some clear ones, and got like a couple of relics. And just kind of like, I'm not that good at it. So I probably won't get the plat. But I feel like it's just one of those that like when I've got nothing else to play, and I'm in the mood for like just a little bit of quick level platform.
I mean, usually with like when you go to platinum a game, it requires you to just sit down, have like 12-hour sessions, like just completely immerse yourself in it, maybe put something else on in the background so you're not too bored. But I feel like Crash is like definitely a chunk game. So like, you do a little chunk, play something else, come back to it, and then eventually you get to it. But funny story, like I was thinking that exact same thing myself, because I was like, I beat number 1, then I jumped over 2 because I don't really like number 2. It's the one I've played like the most,
right?
So like I was used to it, and even though it's not the one I beat the most, I went straight to 3 because I was like, oh, I love 3, the mechanics in 3 and the levels and stuff. So jumped over 2, went straight to 3, beat 3, then went back to 2 just for the sake of beating the trilogy. Beat number 2. And like, I don't know about you, but like when you play in a game, you always look at the trophies and you like feel dead determined. Like, I'm definitely gonna platinum this. Like, I'm gonna put so much effort in and do it. And then like you get to the end and you just like like you say, like burnt out, and you're just like, oh, I can't be bothered now.
At least not right
now.
But
your cousin Ryan, he's been on the podcast before. I'm not slating his ability at games, but like he's not like the biggest like gamer in the world. We played Crash a lot as kids. So he got the N.Sane Trilogy as well. We were talking about it a little bit, and he was like, I don't remember it being so hard. Like, why is it so hard? And I was like, no, it's always been like that. I know
this is the thing with the that kind of like spiraled around the internet when it came out, was like, is Crash harder than it used to be? I just think that the mechanics
are tighter. I had to stay off like YouTube for a little bit because there was so many people talking about it.
I feel like the mechanics are like tighter, which is like has pros and cons, because it's a pro because it's more like, it's better, it's more responsive or whatever, but it's a con because it's harder to execute.
Yeah, and the fact that your muscle memory, if you did play the originals from years ago, like you are used to the timing of the jumps and stuff like that.
See, like I never had it as a kid. The only times I ever played Crash, like any of them, was if I was round at a friend's house and they had it and we decided to play it. So like for me, it was kind of like, oh, I'm interested to like see what they've done with it, but I wasn't having like a big massive nostalgia attack like everyone else. I don't think, no. I mean, because sue me, and I know it's a controversial opinion, I don't think Crash is that good.
No, I agree with you.
Like I think
a lot of people are clouded.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, for the time, and like I love the character design and whatnot and everything, and even the level designs are, for the most part, like pretty good.
Yeah. I think a lot of people misremember what Crash actually is. It's literally like, it's not necessarily Mario where it's a side-scroller platformer. It's, you're walking towards the camera. I know the later games obviously add a little bit more variety, but the first Crash game, you're walking towards the camera or you're moving across the screen. It's literally that. And a lot of people misremember it as this sort of like semi-open world, but it's not.
Some of the levels like feel like not unfair. Well, sometimes unfair, but only in the sense that it's unfair. It's not really the right word, because it's purely like trial and error, like I just said the other day. But you got to kind of remember what's coming in some levels, so like to avoid it, or whatever. Like the friggin' what's it called? I can't remember. What's the hardest level called? That everyone's like, that's the hardest level. It's pretty hard. A lot of people are saying different things. I always say Slippery Climb as the hardest level. That's pretty tough, actually.
Road to Nowhere is the one that everyone like has.
Isn't there one? Isn't there Road to Nowhere? But there's another one like Road to Nowhere.
Oh yeah, a little bit further on.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name. That one. But it's the second Road to Nowhere level.
That one did me head in a bit.
The thing is though, as soon as you suss out the fact that they've put like a sort of barrier on the rope.
Yeah, but it's hard to jump on and off. Like,
I literally found a sweet spot where I could just run forward, just hold the forward button on the directional pad and just jump over the middle bits, and I walked right to the end.
Well, literally every time I did that though, like if on the times that I would get on, I'd run, and then sometimes if I just held up, he would stay on. Sometimes he'd like fucking slip off.
Yeah.
And then, regardless though, if I got to the end and tried to jump over onto the next rope, you just the zero chance you fall off.
Yeah, there was sort of like a sweet spot you could get where you could actually jump over the barrier and land on the next rope. And because you're only holding the directional button forward, the analog stick sometimes has slight, left and right input. Whereas if you're just holding that button, the character can't go left and right. It's just that. So like I had this sort of sweet spot where I was like, oh, easy.
Yeah, but
just jumping over every enemy.
I thought I had that though, like, and then as soon as I jump over though, it just won't. Yeah,
it's probably a very specific like jump.
You might have to like reach a certain like dip in the rope, because obviously it'll be sort of like going up to kind of be attached. Yeah.
It's more taut. Well, yeah, back to Ryan. So he's chatting to me like, oh, this is hard, blah blah blah. And then he messages me the other day and he was like, hey lads, I'm on 25 out of 26 clear crystals. I've got 2 keys, all the coloured gems on Crash. He was like, but like it's saying come back to the Great Hall when I've got 26. And I looked at it and it was like 20. I was like, does he mean Crash 2? Like he's got all the purple gems. And I was like, do you mean Crash 2? Like speaking to him about it, like pure not believing him. And then like he sent me a picture and it's like Crash 1 and he's literally got every clear gem. He's got like 9 platinum relics. Really? Both keys. I was like fucking hell, well played. Like I didn't give up, but like I thought, I can't be asked putting all the effort into that, considering how much he was saying. Like, oh, it's hard and I'm struggling with it. Like after a week, he was like, yeah, I've got like 25 out of the 26 cleared. I was like,
I mean, he's played it. I mean, he's been every time I've gone online, I've seen him. He's been on it.
He's playing Crash, which is crazy. But yeah, not knocking him as a gamer, but like, compared to like me and Dan, you literally play games 24/7.
He only
plays GTA. Really. Yeah, he's just bought an Xbox One just for the Skyrim mods.
Why?
He loves Skyrim that much.
He needs to let that
the
game
thing
go.
is, PS4 have the mods. He said, but the mods on Xbox are better. He bought an Xbox One
just to play Skyrim with the mods.
When he said to me, "Oh, you're not gonna be happy with me," and I was like, "Why? What have you done?"
If that pleases,
I know, but like,
that's such
he messaged
crazy
me. He's like, "You're not gonna be happy with what I've done." I was like, "Why? What's up?" And he was like, "I'm gonna jump ship. I think I'm gonna jump ship to Xbox." And I was like, "How come?" And he was like, just for like Gears of War and Halo and Skyrim. And then I was just like,
Skyrim.
"You're just getting it for Skyrim, aren't you?" And he was like, "Yeah, actually, ignore the other two. I just want the mods for Skyrim." It's like, just get a PC.
Yeah. I know, yeah. What about VR?
He's so funny. I don't know.
Sure, I'd have thought that he'd want Skyrim VR.
Yeah. Well, he's keeping the PlayStation. He'll probably buy Skyrim VR as well.
And the headset.
I've never known. He literally goes on Skyrim every single day, makes a new character, plays for about half an hour, then deletes the character and creates a brand new character with new stats. On his PS3, he must have easily over 200 save files of different characters.
His whole fucking
it's
hard
crazy.
drive.
If anyone's got more how's that game? It's Ryan like. But yeah, I mean, I had the same reaction to Crash. It was sort of annoying me there. Everyone was going on about how hard it was. I was like, it's the same.
I mean, to me, it's how I remember it. Like,
and I think they're people who literally haven't played it since they were kids. Like, I usually run through Crash like every year, every 2 years, something like that. And yeah, I remember it exactly to be the same. I didn't have any trouble completing it. There was 1 or 2 levels that like obviously trip you up, but yeah, it was exactly the same for me. And I enjoyed it, and I probably will maybe go back to platinum it. It's just when you don't have as much time to play games. Well, actually, that's a lie, because I've had a lot of time to play games recently, but I've been like maximising the amount of time I can get out to playing games. So like, I'm not going to spend 50 hours perfecting the Crash trilogy when I've got like RPGs to play and stuff like that. Like the next game we're about to talk about. So yeah, I just sort of moved on after I beat them. I got like some of the miscellaneous trophies, like some of the secret exits and stuff like that.
Yeah, same. I kind of just like ran through the first game, went back, got a couple of the gems, a couple of relics, got the keys, and then I was just like, right, well, that's my. I'm
it's
done,
the most you can do
now.
without
like,
dedicating
I'll come
time
back to it maybe at another point, like, and get a couple more.
Yeah, it was a fun experience though. It was just nice to see something.
I mean,
so iconic redone,
and the music as well. Like, it was really, really nice.
Totally agree. But moving swiftly on to our next remastered review.
Tell you what, they're getting good now, aren't they?
They really are. Zodiac Age came out on Wednesday, the 11th.
Can't remember.
So it's been out near a week now. It's very pretty.
It is.
It's very, very pretty. Very pretty. I've been playing it non-stop. I've left it idle for like a couple of hours, so it's saying 24, but I reckon I always do that. About 18, RPGs, about 18 or something. But if I was playing the game at normal speed, I'll probably be on like 40 hours at this point. Yeah. I've just reached like Mount, whatever it's called, Grisbur.
I can't remember.
The mountain anyway. I've just reached that, which is maybe like halfway through. And I'm only 20 hours in, and it's because they've added a speed multiplier.
Yeah, you can go ×2 or ×4.
Oh, I know they did it for Final Fantasy 7 when they ported it to the PlayStation.
Why don't we do it for 10? Oh.
But they need. It's imperative that they maybe not so much for like 15. It'd be nice, but. No, it wouldn't work that well, I don't think. But definitely for any future Final Fantasy games that are ported, it's imperative that they include a fast forward system because it makes.
If they do, I mean, why aren't they doing it? Why aren't you doing a Square?
I know.
Well, actually, you're doing the PS1 trilogy
for Dragon Quest 8 on the DS. They included a times multiplier as well, so it might become a common thing. I know Final Fantasy 7 also has,
especially with older RPGs though, when you considering how like slow you go, like it grinds and becomes like really time consuming, and when there's like such a vast amount of games to get through these days, like Square Enix want you to play all the games, do you know what I mean? So they
don't want you to spend like 300 hours
on one game and not buy the next game because you're still playing.
Exactly. So it's kind of smart in a way. I know Final Fantasy 7 had like an immune one as well. Like they weren't cheats; they were just sort of like these little boosters that you could activate.
Oh yeah, like you got automatic limit breaks. You have to use your limit break like a certain number of times, don't you? Yeah. So, although it's only like 8 or something.
Yeah. And then there was the fast forward time, and then there was another one where you just can't die or something like that, or maybe it's full heal. I don't Maybe not so much them two, because I feel like you can
just cheat your way.
You can literally walk through the game in like 15 hours. But definitely the speed multiplier, just because I feel like the people who played, like when I got Final Fantasy 12 like years ago,
the dungeons are big. Do you know what I mean?
It'd take me like a full Saturday of just sat to do a dungeon. And that's not mentioning any of the side quests or like the hunting and going back and forth and stuff like that. Like you can I whisked through the Estus Sands in like 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, like when I first got the game, I remember spending like days there of just like looking around and finding stuff to hit. And the ×4 especially, I feel like it's gonna come in. I only use the ×2 because I feel like it's hard to control the ×4. If it's a boss battle, I'll flip it off just because it's easier to concentrate on what's going on. But in terms of just walking through enemies,
well, I mean,
stick the ×4 on, you just fly through the areas.
I just got to something or other.
Bathuba.
Like the Lana Mines or whatever they're called. I can't remember now. I'm going to rescue Penelope.
Where you find
and
Gilgy.
Yeah. The previous, how many bosses have I fought now? Then like 2. I've fought Firemane and the Mimic Queen. Yeah. But it's just so. Like they don't
feel
really
like bosses, do they?
No, because they're not that intricate where like you need like full attention like not like their normal speed, because I literally just put on ×4 and just whiz through them. I'm like, bitch, I got games to play. Like, do you know what I mean? Like exactly. I got to get through this game like as quick. Like I don't want to like get through it as quickly as I can. Like, but at the same time I do, because there's that much to do in it. Like.
And especially for remasters,
I want to get to the stuff that I never got round to doing on PS2.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think I ever finished Final Fantasy 12. I started it loads.
I fucked my game up. Same. The one time I was like, right, I'm gonna finish it this time. I'm like really into it and whatnot. When I was at uni, I fucked it up because at the time, like I didn't, I wasn't quite spruced up on like the strategy. I didn't quite understand the system and whatnot, so I had like 6 tanks basically. Do you know what I mean? So I got to one point and this boss just kept walloping me because I remember Mark coming round and being like, yeah, I'll help you in that, because I didn't know how to use quickenings or anything like, and he was like, why have you all got like axes or whatever or hammers? And I was like, because it's got the highest strength stats. And he was like, yeah, it's not how it works. Like, I was like, am I fucked? He was like, I bet, yeah, kind of, yeah, because you haven't got a backup save, so yeah, you're kind of fucked. So I was like, I'm give up, I'm not doing it. I can't start this game from the beginning again until they announced the remaster. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it.
Wait for that. Yeah, it's. Because I think they realised that because the remastered games, they came out when we were kids, and now we're adults and we have jobs and other responsibilities to tend to. So
you just listen to feedback quite a lot, Square Enix, which is good.
So like that kid, that 12-year-old me who spent his Saturdays in front of the TV.
I remember getting Final Fantasy 12.
No, I do actually as well. Sort of a grandma game.
Not a game.
But sort of not. She was there when I bought it. Well. We need to explain grandma games. I think that must have been our first like recurring term, grandma games. We'll go into that more depth in our new series, Grandma's Games. Grandma's Games. Grandma's Games. Do you ever see Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
I don't know.
It's like an animated film. Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
I don't know. Probably not. No.
I'm going off on a tangent. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah, it's good.
The Gambit system is probably one of the best systems in all the Final Fantasies here, because unlike I do like turn based, but
I prefer turn based.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think it's just because it's like what I grew up with.
Yeah, I still prefer turn based because I get stressed when there's stuff going on. I like to be able to like. Right, everyone's just paused.
Yeah.
Let me just think about what I can do.
I can look at every move I can make right now and figure out what I want to do.
So like when you go into games like 12 and 14 and even 15 where the enemy's attacking while you're making a decision, it's like I get that, like unless I'm really versed on what's going on, it's
unless it's
me
a
out.
pure action RPG, like
Yeah, like Dark Souls, yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's like Final Fantasy 12, where the characters are sort of performing commands, but you're controlling them. It stresses me out a little bit. But the Gambit system, like, once you get really into it and really think about what you're doing and what your character's role is in the team, it just makes life a breeze. Like, especially even go for trophies and stuff. So there's one trophy where it's like, steal 50 items. Yeah. So literally just set Fran to steal an item from any enemy that's got 100 health, and then beneath that to attack any enemy targeting the player. So run into a group of enemies, Fran literally attempts to steal from all of them. By the time she's attempted to steal all of them, I've whittled the health down. So then she just it just works. Like it saves you having to be like, right, character A, one. Attack this one. Character B, attack that one. And again, it speeds up the game because like you're running through. The characters are performing how you want them to perform. If someone gets knocked out, use this, use that. If someone gets poisoned, use it sooner, etc. And it just works. It allows, again...
And at times 4 speed, and then it's like you literally blink and it's all sort of done for you. Like, it's like,
times 4 speed.
Because that's another part of RPGs that take a long time, is like sorting stuff out. You
spend.
You come out of a battle and like everyone's like got all different status ailments, so you've got to like normally
go through them all.
Yeah. Like you pick your character, you healer
status.
Pick what move they're gonna use to heal whichever character's got whatever ailment.
Yeah. Whereas now
Gambits, they just on their own.
You just walk away from the battle and then they heal up for you. Yeah. It's just amazing. It just it streamlines the game for you, and the AI is like pretty responsive. Yeah. They actually heal when they say they... Did you see the... actually, we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll bring that up in a minute. But yeah, I'd definitely say pick. Even if you never played Final Fantasy 12...
Now's the perfect time to play it.
Definitely a perfect time to play it. It looks like...
The Zodiac system's quite interesting as well. Like, I had to read up a bit on it, like, just to kind of see what job roles... specifically like what moves you will like you can learn.
See, I didn't I sort of went in blind. I was like I just read like I took like 20 minutes to read all the descriptions, like what techniques they'll be getting. Technic is it pronounced technic?
I think it's techniques, yeah.
What sort of, and then like
let's see the techniques.
Obviously I mean it's not stereotyping, but if you see a character show up with a bow, they're gonna be archers.
Well, this is the thing that I was reading on, like apparently, like Balthier is like not greatly suited for a machinist role, and Fran's Fran's alright as an archer, but apparently she's got like overall the lowest stats out of everyone, like the building stats. There was actually like I decided to make Balthier a foe breaker, and I'm kind of wishing I'd changed them to maybe a knight. So although fuck that. It's either or, because I've got Bosch now and. He's pretty good tank.
He's a really good tank, Bosch, because like some of his some of his Zodiac stuff is like plus 400 health points and stuff like that. And that's just one thing for like 70 license points. It's crazy, but I've sort of approached it the same way I approached 14, and that's I imagine it's how everyone approached it, where it's like just tank, healer, DPS. So I've got Fran DPS as an archer in the back. Obviously you unlock this, so it came into you yesterday, and I was like, I think I've fucked the game up, because like I thought that the job system worked the same as 14, where like, okay, you pick an archer and then you get to level so and so with the archer, and then you unlock another one, which you can add to it, and then it creates like a new Zodiac thing. So I came into you, I was like, I think I've fucked it. I've chosen two like things that don't go hand in hand. And you're like, what? I was like, I don't, it's not going hand in hand, the other thing. And you were like, nah, it doesn't count. So, because like in 14, you pick an archer, get to level 35, then you pick like a pugilist. And then when you get to 15 with the pugilist, you combine them both and you become a bard. So I literally thought they'd taken that from 14 and implemented it, but it's not.
No, because the Zodiac system's not new. It's just what Japan got that we did.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I think it works quite well.
I'm probably going to go Ash as a black mage, and then I'll probably use... No, I don't know. It's actually, you can only have 3.
Yeah. I know, it's annoying that. Like, and I always forget you can only have 3.
Yeah, I suppose you can switch them in and out though, can't you?
Yeah, you can't hot swap them as fast as you can in 10 though.
Yeah.
10's so much better for hot swapping. Like, okay, you're over Luna or Lulu, you want to swap, Just swap her out for you.
Luna
from 15. Yeah, so my new roster at the minute, which seems to be just running through enemies, is I've got Ash as my white mage, and she's also a Shikari, which doesn't really, I haven't really ventured into the second grid that much. I've purely done it just for the extra strength and MP squares on the grid and the armor and stuff. I've got Fran as an archer, and she's combined with, I honestly can't remember, maybe a red battle mage.
Right.
And then I've got Van as Bushi, combined with a black mage, just because I feel like he's all out of fence, and the other two are just support, really. But Fran's pretty solid as a DPS. You get Van to take the aggro, and she just sits in the back, and I've just unlocked new arrows as well, so it all goes hand in hand. But yeah, definitely recommend picking up 12,
totally.
Zodiac Age. Should we move on to our final topic?
Oh my god!
Do you want to go? You want to start? You want to open with it?
I was so excited. I was flapping so much over finding a stream. So I was like, look, the way I got told that it starts at 8:00.
What's this for?
The D23 Expo in Anaheim. Obviously the live stream. I was like, okay, well, there's the big announcement. We got told about it although the trailer wasn't at E3, it was released during E3 at the orchestra event, the Kingdom Hearts orchestra event in LA. They released the trailer, and then at the end of the trailer it was tune into the Z23 Expo next month for a whole new trailer and a new world reveal. It's oh yay, more content, or what's going to be, and then all the reporters are going on and saying Kingdom Hearts 3 is a god among games. We can't tell you any of the details of this trailer, but we've seen it, and my god, you need my god, you need to get hyped for this trailer. And then Nomura comes out and it's so many roller coaster emotions for me, because Nomura comes out and says he doesn't want fans to get their hopes up or something, or he doesn't want to overhype it, or whatever. So everyone was oh, what, is this just a ploy, are we going to be all disappointed now? So everyone's yeah, probably not going to get a release date or anything like that. And then another update came out, because that was one translation. Then another translation came out and was no, he was saying it sarcastically and as a joke and whatnot. So everyone's all hyped again. It was just what's going on here? So yeah, so I got told it started at 8 p.m. So I'm there and I'm trying to find a stream. I'm looking at who streams it. I'm even following Jacksepticeye and some that Strawberry, whatever her name is, 17.
Strawberry Valeria, whatever her name is.
Waiting for them to go live and whatnot, and they're not going live. I'm just I'm searching through the internet, and it's it'll start at 9:15. I'm okay. And I'm 9:15 comes, and I'm oh, okay, so this is Polaris, which is their show on Jimmy Wong's and that Strawberry's new show on the Disney Channel or whatever, Disney XD. They're live on Facebook, and I'm on my phone, I'm I don't want to watch this on my phone, I want to watch it on the TV. And then Jacksepticeye goes live. I'm oh, okay, so I'm on Twitch, I'm on Jacksepticeye, and then he goes offline. I'm what's going on here? Freaking out, I'm not going to see it. Then Square Enix, then I just seeing Square Enix went live on Twitch. I was oh great, so it went on then, perfect. Sit down and watch the first two about from Marvel and from Star Wars. Which were okay, pretty good. And then it happened, and they played some more footage from Hercules, from Mount Olympus and that, and I was okay, it's short, and it's got all this text over it, and this is shit. There's I was this is building up to something. This is definitely not it. And then it stops and it goes black and it fades in, and as soon as the littlest glimpse, I lost my shit. I just went no, couldn't believe it. I was screaming.
Rip headphone
I was
users.
Yeah. I was no. I literally couldn't believe it. I was nah, it's something else, can't be. And then I'm no, of course it is. That's Andy's bed. It's just everything. and then they emerge as toys, and like they did it.
They
Finally got
ventured
Toy Story
into Pixar, the world of Pixar, which opens up so many avenues. I think. I remember saying to you when we were like having a discussion about it, we were like, "Oh, what world do you reckon's gonna get out?" So I was like, "I wonder if they'll like ever branch into Pixar. Like that could be its own Kingdom Hearts game."
They won't do it. It's like, no, they won't do it. But
I was like,
gone all out this.
I remember you watched it, and I completely forgot it was on. You came down, you were like, "You need to watch it now." I was like, "Stop there." I was 10, Final Fantasy off. I was like, "Right, stick it on." Came on, and I had the same reactions. I just sat forward. I was just like, and I'm so upset we didn't record it. As like as a reaction video, because I feel like it would have been 10 times as dramatic as the shadow of the Colossus reveal.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I do get dramatic sometimes. I mean, I was on my own in my room, and I was literally pacing back and forth, going.
It does though. It flows through you.
I couldn't believe it. I was literally going. The Toy Stories in Kingdom Hearts 3, Toy Stories in Kingdom Hearts 3, Toy Stories in Kingdom Hearts 3, can't believe it. But like, not only can I not believe it, but as soon as like Woody and Buzz and that came out, it looks exactly like, it don't look like it's running in like a game engine. It looks just like as if you're just in the film. It's like stupid.
It's crazy because Pixar has this very iconic animation style, and they had to have been working in the same room to nail that.
It's perfect.
It's weird seeing the film. It looks like the film, but from a different perspective, like a game's perspective. It was just, it was crazy. Bizarre, if you played any Toy Story games, like Toy Story 2 is really great on the PS1, or even Toy Story 3 on the PS3, and you know, it is licensed software, but at the same time, it's designed to be a game, to be played out as a game. The character models move the way the game engine responds to them, and it's just weird to explain. Like, they look like it's the film, but running in a different context. It was crazy to see.
And like, Japanese Woody is great.
Japanese Rex.
Japanese Rex.
It's fucking so sick.
Yeah, and then obviously the gameplay starts, and like the scale of outside and everything. I'm just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, the scaling.
This is so good. Like, it's
crazy because like,
I just want to play it so bad.
You see, he's like surrounded by like all these heartless, maybe like what, 10.
Yeah,
something
maybe
like
more.
That, like a big group.
Yeah.
So you think like, right, the scaling for that usually is like what, like a little island or like a plateau or something, but it's like just on Andy's driveway, and like the houses in the background are like huge, and then
they go on.
You keep forgetting like, oh my god, they're like miniature size, and then like it was, they nailed it, absolutely nailed it.
Friggin'
no wonder it's taken
friggin' plus 4 extra party members at one time. Like Donald, Goofy, Buzz, and Woody. And Sora all at the same time fighting.
Someone posted on Reddit. They were like, it was a screenshot of the video, and just like the party menu at the bottom, and someone was like, "Are you guys seeing this? 5 party members?" And then someone replied saying, "Great, more people for Donald to ignore." It's just so funny.
Always.
But yeah, it was really exciting.
Yeah,
and
there's all sorts of extra stuff.
Like, just before I finished, I was saying to you, I was like, this is all well and good, but when's it? And like, as I was about to say, when's it coming? It just went whoosh,
coming
2018.
Yeah, there we go. Next year,
so,
yes, please.
Next year.
I'm literally, I've been debating this for a while. Like, I've been thinking about it, like when it eventually comes out, because it will eventually come out. I have to keep reassuring myself. Yeah,
I knew you'd.
I was like, I think I'm gonna have to book a week off work just so just so I can
completely
solely lock myself in my room.
Got cabin fever.
I need to, and then after now Toy Story's in it. Toy Story's my favourite Pixar film of all time. Yeah, I'm just like, I need. I'm
so glad. I'm so relieved it's 2018, because I don't know how long I've been saying that I'm gonna replay all the Kingdom Hearts, but this gives me a definitive like date to get the PS4 collection, and can you get every single Kingdom Hearts game's on PS4 now? Right? That's crazy. There's been like across 3 discs. How many games are there? Like 12.
3,
including like the little movies and like short.
9.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Why did I say 12?
But
it's 3 a disc, isn't it?
Yeah. So there'll be 6 on the 1.5 and 2.5 for PS4. There'll be 6. There'll be.
Oh yeah, because they're on the same disc.
Yeah. It's all on one disc. Oh. You just got like a line of, you got Kingdom Hearts 1, Rechain of Memories, 358 over 2 days. And then you got Birth by Sleep,
2,
Kingdom Hearts 2,
Dream Drop. Dream Drop in 2.8.
Coded movies,
Coded, yeah.
The movie, and then you've got Dream Drop Distance HD and 0.2 Birth by Sleep and Kingdom Hearts key back cover. Yeah, and then if you've got your phones, you've got Union Cross.
Again, I'd love to just spend a week. I wish I was obviously I spent a lot of time on games when I was in university and didn't have. I had a lot of free time, but there's so much stuff say the God of War series, for example. Played that in bits over the years, and I wish I could just dedicate a week to doing them all.
Yeah,
because they're not even that long. 2 days, 2 sittings, you can probably beat most God of Wars, but it's just finding it. Do you ever do this where I find myself doing it a lot these days? Is I sort of evaluate how much fun am I going to be getting from this, depending on how much time I have. So if I have an hour before bed or something to play a game, I sit there wasting more time debating which game I'll get an hour, the best hour out of. So and most of the time I end up back on Call of Duty because it's just games that you can waste time on. I'll be sat there. I've got so many unplayed games on my PS3. So I'm on the PS3, maybe 60 games or not even started just from PS Plus and other games that I've bought. And I sit there going through them all. Can I start that? Can I start that? I'm I don't want to start that. That's a big game. It's an hour. I've got an hour. And then I find myself, okay, I'll start that and then play half an hour and never go back to it. Unlock Tokyo Jungle. Started that the other day. Played it for an hour. Got 3 trophies on it. Now I've just got a trophy collection on me record with 2% trophies. It's so annoying.
I've got loads of them. Ones that I'll start and then not enjoy it and then just stop playing it.
It's annoying. At least some of them, if you don't hit any trophies, you can delete them, can't you?
You can delete them anyway, I think, can't you?
Any 0% ones you can delete.
If it's not over 0%.
If it's over 0%, you can't.
Okay.
It's just weird.
I've got loads of 0% ones as well.
Yeah.
Normally, most of those are PS Plus games where you go on, you look at the trophy list. If it's not got a plat, you see play some ads.
And not even that. Most of the games that don't have plats,
I only play them
500-hour get platinums. What's that about?
I only play them if it's critically acclaimed or someone's said, oh no, you should really play this game.
Which is half the time me. Half the time the shit games.
Yeah. Journey and stuff. And Journey's only
2000.
No, I mean, how long does it take to beat Journey?
Oh, it's only 6 hours.
It's a short ass game. So did that.
Yeah.
The Charter Light was another one, and I enjoyed Charter Light. I enjoyed Valiant Hearts.
Journey and Flower and them sorts of games, they're so lovely to lose yourself in. But when going for the platinum or I know when I was going for the 100% on Flower, some of the trophies are just right, you're gonna have to get really good at this level and just repeat the same thing over and over again.
I haven't got time for
years
that.
ago,
when
I finished my GCSEs, the day I finished, I came home, took the TV from downstairs, got a pack of Thai Sensations out.
Lovely.
Sat there all night just popping little flowers together because there's a trophy for blooming 10,000 flowers, and I sat there for hours and I bloomed them flowers.
Blooming hell.
Hey! And on that note, thanks for listening to episode 16 of the No Spoilers podcast. I've been Paul,
and I have been Dan. I'm not anymore.
We're not anymore. So yeah, if you'd like to follow us on social media, that's No Spoilers UK on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook and Twitch. Nailed it.
Did it.
Nailed it. How many times did I fuck that up and I nailed it? And obviously,
you've definitely been in your room, in the bathroom, brushing your teeth, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Follow, subscribe to us on YouTube. We've got plenty of things planned coming up. Big plans, and hopefully moving over to an audio platform soon.
Yeah.
Hence the reason that you're not seeing our faces.
Yeah.
But hearing our voices.
No more.
So yeah, thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.